Monster night coming up on Saturday. 3 titles on the line at UFC 261 in Jacksonville, where there will be a crowd of more than 15,000 fans. Usman, Masvidal 2 headlines the event. Usman won a lopsided decision thanks to foot stomping against Masvidal last July that Masvidal took on short notice. Both fighters mixing it up at their press conference on Thursday.
Let's just be honest here. Let's be honest. You got 14 losses in your career, 7 in the UFC. You're 3-3 in your last 6. You are sitting there today because I chose you. So I'm coming around the track and you were the first guy I'm about to lap, period.
Don't lose to this guy. Hey, you just said it, man. Don't lose to this guy.
The first guy I'm about to lap.
You know what happened? You rubbed feet with me. I thought you
What
wanted
happened?
to fight.
You said that last time.
You rubbed your feet on mine pretty well. You're pretty good at rubbing my feet, bro.
Really?
Yep.
Face didn't say that.
Let's go. I didn't get the broken nose. You did.
Oh, we are talking the talk. Now we got to walk the walk, which requires your feet. So maybe there'll be more foot stomping. We'll see about that. Stacked card, co-main event. Zhang Weili puts her strawweight title on the line against former champ Rose Namajunas. That's going to be a must-watch, as is the first title fight of the night. Weili won the women's strawweight title in 2019 with a 42-second knockout of Jessica Andrade. She's looking to pull off a monster upset against Valentina Shevchenko for the flyweight championship. Welcome in CBS Sports combat analyst and co-host of Morning Combat, Luke Thomas. Jorge Masvidal and Jake Paul, your best friend, Luke, have something in common. They both knocked out Ben Askren in the first round. On Saturday night, Masvidal will look to pull off a monster upset against Kamaru Usman after getting dominated in their first fight. We've seen Masvidal reach the elite level in 2019, and for the rematch, he did get a full camp to prepare. Masvidal said, quote, "I'm going to give him all I can. I'm going to try to break his expletive face." Luke, do you believe Usman is capable of the ultimate career moment and beating Masvidal again on Saturday night?
Yeah, more than capable. I'd probably tell you that's likely to happen. I mean, here's the thing. You're right. In 2019, Jorge Masvidal had this incredible breakout year that was on the heels of a 19-month layoff following maybe his worst loss ever up to that point, right? You had Wonderboy Thompson taking a 10-8 round on him at UFC 217 in November of 2017. So I would say this. If you just look at the history of Jorge Masvidal, he has always been good. In fact, if I had to ask you what is he bad at, the answer is nothing. He is always good. But the ones who have really good cardio, not that he has bad cardio, but the ones that have good cardio and weaponize it by kind of spamming him with takedown attempts, they have historically always given him problems. That was true years ago against Rustam Khabilov. That was true, obviously, against Kamaru Usman. It's been true against Demian Maia. And he doesn't get, like, run over. Jorge Masvidal is a very, very good fighter. As I mentioned, well-rounded to the nth degree. But that particular kind of fighter has been a bit of a hill he can't quite climb to this point. So can he do it on Saturday? Yes, I would never dismiss his chances. But if past his prologue, Kamaru Usman's getting his hand raised.
And if you want more on Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal, make sure you check out the latest editions of Morning Combat, including a resume review of Jorge Masvidal. Really good listen there. In the co-main event, Zhang Weili puts her strawweight title on the line against former champ Rose Namajunas. Weili has won 21 straight, earning the women's strawweight title in 2019 with the 42-second knockout of Jessica Andrade. Then in her first defense 1 year ago, Zhang won an all-out war against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Luke, how are you evaluating this match between Weili and Namajunas?
This is easily the best fight on the card, if you're asking me. I mean, there's so many intriguing storylines. On the side of the champion in Weili, Zhang Weili, you have a situation where she was in, arguably, and in my judgment, it is the best women's fight of all time right before the pandemic started when she defeated Joanna Jędrzejczyk. But she also left a piece of herself in the process. I mean, that was a brutal war. At the same time, she has wins over Jessica Andrade and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and the one of Andrade was quite dominant. Rose Namajunas got the job done, but faded badly down the stretch. So you might like the overall work rate and what she has shown in terms of championship medal. On the other side with Rose Namajunas, she did kind of fade, as I mentioned, in that Andrade fight, but early on, she was piecing up the former champion there. So to me, it's going to be a question of who really has that imposition of their will down the line. Both are very, very talented. So I think early, you're going to see a lot of lateral movement behind the jab from Rose Namajunas. And I will say, Zhang Weili does not have the best head movement I've ever seen. Many of their other aspects are quite good. She's a deserving champion. At the same time, styles make fights. But to me, it's not how it starts. It's going to be how it goes down the stretch. And honestly, really a coin flip with this one.
And as we mentioned, Weili won the women's strawweight title in 2019 with a 42-second knockout of Andrade. She's now looking to pull off an upset against Valentina Shevchenko for the flyweight championship. Shevchenko's undefeated at flyweight, one of the most talented MMA fighters we have ever seen. Luke, what do you expect to happen in the first title fight of the night?
Oh, that is a really great question. So interesting. I'll say this. The one thing, MMA fights, as you know, Hakeem, they're quite unpredictable, not just in terms of who wins and loses, but how it could all look by the time it's over. Still, there is one reason why someone like Valentina Shevchenko has been just so consistently excellent all the time. She doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and she doesn't take stupid risks. She might be, to some, a little risk averse, but she has that belt around her waist for a reason, and obviously, as you showed, a pretty impressive highlight reel. Early on, I expect someone like Shevchenko to actually be a bit on the back foot, absorbing some of the pressure and the forward movement of Jessica Andrade. The question is, what kind of weapon is she going to use against it? Is it going to be a jab, lateral movement, front kicks, setting some kind of angular traps? That part I really don't know, but I don't think she's going to try and, you tie up with someone like Jessica Andrade. She, pound for pound, and I mean this sincerely, might be one of the strongest people in the entirety of the UFC, male or female. Incredible strength. She has shown a division up from this, much less in this one. So I'll say that the good round manager and the person who's good at also managing risk in Shevchenko's going to really try to define it, slow it down a bit, and find a way to deal with that forward pressure from Jessica Andrade.
Luke Thomas breaking down UFC 261, and we'll continue to set the scene in Jacksonville as we get closer and closer to fight night on Saturday. And for more with Luke Thomas, check out Morning Combat, joined by Brian Campbell. On the latest editions, I've mentioned they've got a full preview of UFC 261 plus resume review with Jorge Masvidal, which is an excellent listen. You can watch the series on YouTube. You can also listen to the podcast on Apple and Spotify. Morning Combat, download and subscribe today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.